You're about to listen to Kelly Martin Speaks. I'm your host Kelly and the author of When Everyone Shines But You, a mental health and self-acceptance blogger and a recovering darkness addict. I have experienced intense anxiety, deep depression and life trauma, but I'm coming out of the other side now. Darkness was a comfort zone for me for a long time, and it felt safer than the light. So in this podcast I share with you my journey into the light and how I move through challenge in an empowering way. I'll share with you tools and nurturing ways to embrace your humanity. I was once a shy, scared introvert, afraid to speak, but that's all changing. Let's take this journey together and learn to fly. Hi there, welcome back to Kelly Martin Speaks. I'm your host, Kelly Martin, and this is episode 108. If you walk on sunlight, bathe in moonlight, breathe in a golden air and exhale a Midas touch, mark my words, those who exist in the shadows will try to pull you into the darkness with them. The last thing that they want is for you to see the wonder of your life because they can't see theirs. Now, this quote was by C. Joy Bell C. Now, as you may have guessed it, this episode is all about learning to walk in the sunlight, to shine, to be seen, to no longer be invisible. So do you think that, like me, you're a prisoner to people who want you to fail? Or maybe you have people in your life, it could be friends, it could be work colleagues, family, who simply thrive on your smallness, relish your mistakes and failures. Yet, deep down, they've got this secret insecurity that actually means they are more envious of who you are, who you've become, even with your huge life challenges, than you could have ever imagined. I think many people have this type of person in their lives, or even many. I know I have. Now, you may be known as the black sheep in the family. I renamed myself the rainbow sheep some time ago because I didn't see why I should be the black sheep, simply for standing out, for being an outsider, for doing things differently and not falling in line with my social or family or cultural tribe. After many years of self-introspection, it's taken me over, I think 20 years now to realise how much I've held myself back to not only stay safe, but to make sure I didn't grow beyond a certain level. I made it so things never quite worked out for me. Because to remain small, to remain invisible, meant people who preferred me smaller or were more comfortable with Kelly the failure would still love me. However, I've realised over time I was trying to keep a love that wasn't there. And I was comparing myself with people who didn't want me to thrive. Yet on some level, even if it were unconscious, they wanted me to fail over and over again. I was very good at keeping up with this because I made sure that this happened time and time again. I was excellent. If you could say I'm an absolute success at things not working out. Now I can look back and see everything I did now in a whole new way, not in a negative way. Everything was a stepping stone to who I am now, how much I have grown as a person and how much I am learning as I grow. Now, am I ready to shine? Am I ready to succeed? I think I am. I actually feel more certain in my core, in my heart, than ever before. So, yeah, I'm ready for this. Now, it's very easy to hold back our creativity, our authentic self, for so many reasons. But there comes a time in our lives when we just need to move forward. Maybe we will move forward in a stumbling way and fall over, but that's okay. Because all children stumble when they're doing something new. And it's also okay to feel a tad uncomfortable, especially when we feel uncertain about putting our talents and skills out there. For the first time sometimes. Most of all, to those people who prefer us small, it can feel even more uncomfortable. When we are more happy for them. The thing is that we've got to do it anyway. Just do it, regardless. Even if it makes them unhappy. Now, I saw a sponsored post come up on Facebook this week, and it made me awestruck. It was a work of art. It was an expensive work of art. And if I'm honest, I thought, shit, I could do that in a jiffy. But like I said in my first book, When Everyone Shines But You, if you have the belief that something you are doing is great, it could be a black dot on a plain white piece of paper, and people would think it was amazing. And you could equally do the most intensive, beautifully detailed work of art, and yet nobody sees it because you don't believe it's good enough, or you're not good enough. And after talking to my best friend about this in relation to art, we talked about all the different works of art that sold for a lot of money in the world, and how crazy they seemed. One artist who literally just put a very messy bedroom in a gallery. And somebody put a pile of poo as an art piece, and people were wowing at it. So I started thinking about my new creativity, and I'm launching something this weekend, the 8th of August, for those of you listening after. And how part of me has been thinking it's got to be polished and just right. And after seeing this work of art, I realised, damn, I can create anything, and what I do, someone will love, somewhere. Not everyone will. Some people will hate it, and that's okay. My job is just to put it out anyway, regardless. Put myself out there. Now, those people who prefer me small, prefer me to fail, will probably continue to feel that way, or maybe they will change. But I can't let the ghosts of my past or my present hold me in the shadows any longer. And none of us can do this. We may have had teachers or parents, siblings, friends, who have either rained on our parade or would react negatively to our shining. But we can't let this stop us anymore. And there's another part of this journey. We can't allow ourselves to be a prisoner to our own stories anymore. For example, we may have belonged to a certain group, and we may hold ourselves at a certain level in life, or in a specific area, because we don't want to lose that group. But what we need to remember is we need to keep growing, and if we outgrow that group, they will find someone else to fill that space, and we will move forward. It's like an alcoholic who has helped people who suffered from addictions. who was also depressed and began to heal and recover, and who began to grow beyond their own addictions. But they can choose to stay in that group, limited by the walls of that group, or grow beyond it and leave it and trust that a new teacher will arrive for those members and they will keep going on. The fact of the matter is, we're all allowed to grow beyond our own current identity. Thanks for listening to this episode of Kelly Martin Speaks. If you have a question or a topic you're struggling with and would like me to answer on an upcoming podcast episode, please get in touch. Your name will be confidential. Email me at kellymartinspeaks@gmail.com or message me on Facebook via my page Kelly Martin Speaks. And don't forget, if you feel that others are passing you by and the not good enough voice is screaming loudly, pop by kellymartin.co.uk to find out all about my books, including Book 1, When Everyone Shines But You. I also offer services like social media management if you've got your own business, and that's all on the same website. You can also support my channel via my podcast page on my website, kellymartinspeaks.co.uk, via PayPal. Or I'd love it if you buy me a coffee via Ko-fi. Until next time, bye for now. You've been listening to my podcast, Kelly Martin Speaks. I'd really appreciate your feedback. If you're listening on iTunes, please give me a review. It helps me be seen and heard by those that need it. You can also follow me on kellymartinspeaks.co.uk, where you can read my blogs, find out about my book series, and subscribe to my monthly newsletter. I'm also all over social media, so search for me via Kelly Martin Speaks on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. I'll speak to you next week. Bye.